I was on TikTok in 2020, of course it was just an anxiety pad. Guys, it's not a vape, what are you talking about? I was on TikTok in 2020, of course literally all of my videos I used the bling filter. I was on TikTok in 2020, of course on other people's videos instead of commenting pretty we used to comment Heather. I still don't know what that one means, like instead of calling each other gorgeous we'd just be like Heather. I was on TikTok in 2020, of course I had a fan page for Charli D'Amelio. I used to put like the preppy text on it and stuff. I was on TikTok in 2020, of course I wore eyeliner, I had an anime phase. Ooh. I was on TikTok in 2020, of course I had a cow print bucket hat and literally everybody had cow print everything. I was on TikTok in 2020, of course everyone used House Party because this was before Wiz was a thing. I was on TikTok in 2020, of course everyone used to text like this with the capital letters and the smaller letters, as well as doing like the eyes, then the lips, then the eyes emoji to make that face. I was on TikTok in 2020, of course I had a baddie aesthetic account which actually got banned but someone had a fan page for it and that fan page still exists. Good luck trying to hunt it down. I was on TikTok in 2020, of course I remember Saber Norris's kawaii transition when she was kawaii. I love Saber, this isn't hate. I was on TikTok in 2020, of course I used to do the TikTok dance mashups on YouTube and post them on TikTok, but that's another story. I was on TikTok in 2020, of course the Visco girls were a canon event. I was on TikTok in 2020, of course I used to take the POVs really seriously and actually get emotional over them, and now we all just laugh at them. For the record, this is what I look like in 2020. Yes, I know I look the same. You don't need to remind me. I mean, that might mean I just won't age. Stay safe out there.